Good morning. This is a nice song to start to. We're working on this piece today. And I thought about it, like, I don't know, sometimes I just think about things in the background of my brain, like, not actively, but then it comes to the front of my brain and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And it just comes out of nowhere sometimes. And I was like, I should have done a wash of, like, yellow oxide over this. So I want to do that and let that dry. And then start painting true color. I'd forgotten about it till I sat down. I was like, oh yeah. Vagabond says, I forgot we were painting this and not the previous painting. Yeah, that was sitting here when I sat down at first, so I was like, oh. This painting. Oh wait, no, that's not the right one. We have a 12-month resub from Eliasan89. Congrats on hitting the 1, thank you. 18-month resub from Missing No Leader, 4 months from Luna's Mama, and 19 months from Sakura Celica. Thank you all. Good morning. It is Friday morning. And I am a little tired. I did not sleep super great. Where's my tube opener? Tube opener? I mean, I can do this. That's not working, actually. Oh, it's on top of all of the things that are the same color as it. Perfect. This is umber. So I also noticed a spot I wanted to touch up. And then I'm going to do the wash. Tiny brush. There. Now that is round. That was bothering me. Alright, so I was going to do yellow ochre for my wash, but then I couldn't find yellow ochre and I just found it now on my table. But I have transparent yellow iron oxide, which is a transparent, and it's great for a wash, so we're going to use this. So I'm going to do that, add some glazing liquid, because even though it's transparent already, this will help it flow a little bit better, and I want it to be transparent. And before I put any of this on there, I think I might try and erase a little bit more. Because some of these lines are still kind of here more than I want them to be. I'll have to. All right. Husband's competing for my audience. He just released a vlog. He's asleep. So it's past Steven doing that. Alright, I need to look at my photo quick before I do anything. Okay. So I'm starting here. I don't know why. Just felt like it. Probably should have started at the top of the canvas. So that actually helps like a ton, just like in how it looks. That looks really cool. Vagabond says the blue on the left is throwing me off. It's because we were testing that gold last week. You see it? I can go back to this, which was our base color. And I can put that wash here for myself. All right. I want to do, I think, this up here. And I want to get that done first because that's the part I'm going to start painting true color first. I shoved my thumb into the wet paint. Oops. We have a 5-month resub from Private Butter for Christ. Thank you. This is morning. Good morning. I have coffee right here and I'm very excited about it. I spent a long time yesterday cleaning the Keurig and I'm excited. Socially Awkward says, how's Steven feeling today? I have not seen him yet. He's still asleep. But yesterday he was basically fine, and I was around him. So, things are basically back to normal. I have 2 lines drawn here. Which one is it? This one? This one looks right. It's kind of cool. Once I put that yellow wash on, it looks like there's like a yellow lens over everything. This one, okay. Some of these have like this little bit of a highlight on the top of the branch, or grass as it were. So I just wanted to make sure if I needed to put that in there. And once I get like the background done, I think I might do a little bit with on these branches with this yellow, and on the water droplets just a little bit. Alright, this bottom one doesn't have any water drops, so that's just solid yellow. Awesome. Makes it way easier. There is, however, a lot of eraser dust. Get rid of that. Much better. Just do the sides, and then we'll work a little bit on that blade of grass. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a minute and have some coffee. It's probably the perfect temperature by this point. I did put too much cream in it. That was a mistake. And I have paint on my hands. Let's fix that. So remember this bottle, how it was like broken? I got a new one. It's just bigger and not broken. So yeah, that was good to receive because this other one is very done. Sometimes it sounds like there's a spaceship taking off next door when my neighbor's electric vehicle backs up. Moose says, "Good morning. Is anyone else seemingly unable to wake up?" I feel like I woke up all right despite not getting a whole lot of sleep. And I'm very much looking forward to this coffee. Radio Dread, you live next door to aliens? Kinda jealous, kinda terrified. It's the rock children. It makes sense now. I think I told the story. One day I was leaving and they had written a sign and put it on their garage door that said "for sale." But it was like in kid handwriting and it wasn't like an adult or an official sign. And then I discussed the legalities of buying the house from the children. Vagabond says, "I love how we all know about the rock children." I feel like they've multiplied, but in reality, some other neighbors moved in who have kids, and so it just seems like they've multiplied. They're just all around the same age. Circle not squared. It's what they are. Yeah. They like to leave things in the road. And in our yard. Right now there's like a basket. Renee says, "Don't pour water on them, they multiply. Same goes for gremlins." So the thing I didn't think about when I painted the bottom of this right here is that glazing liquid takes a while to dry. That was a poor choice. We're gonna take some of this off. Because I want to be able to set it upright so I can work on it. Well, I cleaned the Keurig, and the coffee tastes different. I don't know if I like it. What is this color? That's bone black, iron oxide. This is interference gold fine grain. There, now I will remember if I need to use that. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit on some of these drops of the yellow once I find a good small brush. I don't know if I like this one. I don't remember what brand these are offhand. Royal? Did all the markers? Yeah. They're Royal, and they're like kid brushes, but I really like them for acrylic. They just do not last very long, but they're ultra cheap. All right, I think that's a good blocking in of everything. So that I can start to paint true color. I do want to grab a photo of it at this stage, just so I can remember it if I need to reference it. Okay, so as a reminder, this is what we're doing. Is that, yeah, it's brightness up. This is what we're doing. So it is very yellow. Nope, don't do that. There's my grid. That's not the right one. That's the right one. The grid does not have the yellow on it. You guys probably can't see it true color for what I'm seeing it. It needs obviously a lot more green to it because it's not going to be yellow. Like it's going to have a yellow feel, but it's not going to be this yellow. So I'm going to start with like this top triangle and paint that and kind of paint like all of these background spaces. Everything that's not the water drops in the, there's like 4 main blades of grass that come through this. And then we'll do those, ending with the one that's super in focus here in the foreground. So that's the plan, is to do all the background and then the background blades of grass and then the foreground one. That's like the goal of the piece and how I'm gonna work through it. So I need green because there's no green on my palette. There's only brown and yellow. Now, do I want to make greens? Do I want to use the greens I have? Everything is going to kind of be, like if you think of all of the colors that are going to be on this, all of them are shifted yellow. So like, it's not like a green, it's like yellow green. And it's not like red, it's like closer to orange and yellow. So everything gets shifted towards yellow, and I'm probably going to be using a lot of yellow ochre to shift it towards that because it's kind of a, it's not super saturated of a piece. So everything's going to be getting yellow ochre instead of like a primary yellow. Because it's like muddier. So that's the plan. And hopefully I have more yellow ochre because there's like it's crimped here. So it's like whatever is in this part is what I have in front of me. Hopefully I have more. It should be, I have raw umber. Raw umber would substitute fine. I know I have raw umber. Let's pull that out so I have it. Or sienna, I mean. These colors are so close. You're very similar in pigment too. One I think is yellower and more transparent. I think yellow ochre is more yellow and more transparent. I think that's what this is. Anyway, do I want to mix a green or do I want to just go with the greens I have? And I think the answer is I think I just want to go with the greens I have. So I'm going to pull out all of my yellow greens. Jenkins is quite blue. Sap green is quite yellow. Chromium. I think this is just too opaque. Chromium green oxide is a super neat color. This is the same color they use on American Money. Like it's the same pigments. Am I missing a green? I don't think so. Okay. And where's phthalo blue, yellow? You are super saturated, but you're gonna get toned down a lot. And there was one time I had to make a color, and it's this color, And I made up a lot of it to the point of I put it in an empty paint tube to save it because there was so much I mixed. So this is a good shot to get rid of a lot of this. And I will need some sort of red-orange when I get down to this area because some of this had that in it, but not so much where I'm working right now. And I think I want Titan Buff. I have all of the browns I need, so I can get rid of all the blues. I don't need Pyrrole. I don't need Phthalo Blue Green, or Alizarin Crimson, or Pyrrole Orange. I mean, I might need some of them later. But not right now. My palette is kind of here for these colors. We have a 17-month resub from Furious Kitty. Thank you. Good morning. Okay, let's work on these greens. Now, I've noticed in the piece, in the photograph, that it's all the greens are kind of centered up here, and then it gets significantly, like, more brown here because it's the pavement, and, like, all of the green is kind of up here. I need to clean this desk off. It is very full of everything I don't need it to be full of right now. Like, I have this out. I also have like 3 bobby pins for some reason. And offset clips. So I think I was trying to explain to Brandon how I frame artwork, paintings, canvases rather. And I was like, because he wants to frame the grease eye. And I was like, oh, we'll need to get offset clips. I already looked them up. These ones aren't right, but this is what offset clips look like. So whenever he orders that, I'll probably take that back and do a stream where I frame it. Because I've never framed anything canvas-wise. I know what to do, I just haven't done it, and then I figured I could show it off how it works. Okay. I don't need the compass. That's much better. And then I'm going to spin my palette around because I have all of the underpainting colors here, so I just need them out of my way. So we're going to spin it around, or I won't stick my hand in them. Alright, let's put a bunch of colors on the palette, and then we will start painting. Now, I'm not going to mix up like the green I need for something for all of it, and then paint all of the green. My plan is to keep this set of colors I have out, and then just kind of paint loosely and fill things in as I move down the canvas. And because it's all these colors and they are not changing, they might mix a little bit with each other, then I should be able to keep everything looking harmonious. So I'm going to put all of my greens together so I can see them, and they're quite different. I mean, sap green is way different than phthalo. And my plan is to also swatch them here. I do have this weird green that I mixed up a long, long time ago. And I don't know what's in that, but it'd be nice if this tube went away. Alright, I have all of those. We need some bone black. And then all of the browns, the yellows, and the light colors. I'm skipping titanium white. I'm going to use Titan Buff as my light color because I want to use the titanium white only for the parts that are super bright, like the highlights on the water. So I'm going to avoid using it by using Titan Buff as my lighter color. It's kind of a sandy color. All right, what am I missing? Sienna and ochre. Then I can see what the difference is between raw sienna and yellow ochre. But they're both PY43, which is the same pigment, which I believe is just raw sienna. Okay, here is palette. Those are all my colors. I'm gonna swatch them all on the paper, and then we'll get started. I already forgot which one of these was which one of these. This is yellow ochre. That's ochre. This is sienna. Probably. They're so close. Like, it has to be a transparency thing, right? That's my sap green. Phthalo. Like, see how bright that phthalo is? I'm going to use that sparingly. This is the random color I mixed up a long time ago. Bone black, which is a transparent black. Burnt sienna. I about stuck that in my coffee cup. Luckily it is empty. Let's move that away. Umber, and then Titan Buff. Let's see, this is sap green, phthalo green, yellow shade, burnt umber. Okay, that's my palette. That's what this painting is going to be mainly mixed up of. So we need to find a brush I feel like using. This works. And the background is super blurry, right? Like the only thing really in focus is this grass. The one, you can't see that with this one. This, you can't see that because it's all yellow. Let's use red. This one, this is the only thing in sharp focus. So everything else is going to be super fuzzy. So my plan is just to kind of put colors on my brush and just kind of scrub it in and then be like, oh, I need it to be darker. I pick up bone black or mix bone black with sap green and then scrub it in that area darker. So I'm going to do this whole triangle up here. This little tiny guy in the top left corner. And then we'll just kind of keep moving down the painting and it'll start to fill in. That's the plan. So the first thing I want to do, I think I want to lighten up the sidewalk part. So that's like right here. I like this music. What is this? This must be an audio library thing. In college, I got really into listening to solo piano radio. Whisperings was like the station. So like sometimes late at night when I'd be working, like that was what I listened to. And the unfortunate thing about painting up here first is I have to also paint up here. And I don't have the image there from my photograph, so I have to kind of make this part up. And then I can start to bring in greens. I'm not really loving the green I'm getting right now. I think I want something brighter. Oh, thank you, Randy. Yeah, things are going well. How do I feel about this? That's better. I kind of want this really yellowy green up here. I think bone black was just a mistake. I just put some in the mix I have here. Should probably use sienna. So I'm really happy with that. Let me turn it square to the camera so you're not getting confused by the side. There. You see the triangle I did? So now I have to just do the same up here and then wrap it on the left side and do this little parallelogram. So I'm gonna start with that, I think. Okay. I already started to fill in the Titan buff up here. I kind of feel like I need a more yellow than the yellow ochre and the raw sienna. But I think knowing myself and knowing how I paint, that's probably going to be a mistake. because I tend to oversaturate things, and I'm trying to not do that. We have a 2-month resub from Shizue 1003. Thank you. Says glad to be here. Well, good morning. All right, over here. That's not visible. We'll do that, and I'll just try and keep my hand out of it. We also have 18 months from Kit Khalid. Thank you. Using my painting emote. Okay. This is the green I was using here. Now this is a little transparent in here, which is totally fine. It's kind of why I did the underpainting, because then I have the yellow showing through and it keeps everything feeling a bit more golden. Because we wanted it to be very gold. think I need to bring more of this into here. Okay, that whole top part I think is done. After I fill in this little corner. Okay. This blade of grass that comes up here where you can see a little bit of the white canvas is not done. But I'm not painting that yet, I'm only painting the background. And I am kind of feeling like I need a more yellow color. What would be a non-terrible color? Hansa? Hansa's kind of warm. I think I'm gonna add Hansa to my palette. So this is Hansa. It is very saturated, but I do think I need a little bit of it, because Yellow Ochre and Raw Sienna are not doing enough. It's very sunshine yellow. It's pretty. There. Now, iPad, please stop rotating the photo for me. We can move on to the next triangle. So now we're starting here, and we're going to go under all of these water droplets and then paint towards the top of this blade of grass. So this is the next triangle to paint. This stuff back here is just shadow on the sidewalk. So that's going to get filled in too. So it's this whole ray of background. And we're going to keep the same colors. And if I feel like I needed some of that Hansa yellow in this first triangle, I can always just do a little bit of a wash with some colors in there. That's fine. But we're just working our way down the entire canvas. And I need a dry paper towel because this one is totally soaked. Are these the same brush? Not quite. I think I want this one though. Again, I'm going to start with the Titan Buff. And I'm just kind of looking at this and looking how there's like some of it here, a little bit here, and then it kind of comes out this way. And then I'm just going to feather it out into this part out here. And inside this part, we get a little bit more of our greens. But I think I'm going to start by doing some of the shadow first. This isn't giving me the color I want. It's kind of turning gray and not what I want at all. So let's restart that color mix. Let's see. Let's start with sap. That's better. And I think I will need a little bit of yellow in this. But for now I can just kind of fill this in. See, when I'm mixing the yellow ochre in, it just doesn't feel gold. Everything feels muddy. Yeah, that helps. Using the handsaw.
Okay, now that I have that part, I can start to go back into here. And start to fill in the shadows for the pavement.
So this area is
Difficult to work in.
I think I need a little bit of green in here.
We have a 19-month resub from Dragon Girl. Thank you. Kepi emote. I have not seen Kepi yet this morning. I need more Titan buff in this. Okay, I think I like that. The one thing I have to do yet on this space is this blade of grass, the L-shaped one here, I need to bring back in because it's a little lost right now. Because I painted over it a little bit too much. I did its shadow, but I didn't fill it back in. Okay. Now that wedge is done except for the side. So I really didn't continue that over here. Stay. So we gotta do that. And then we have another wedge to do. Okay. Happy with that.
Maybe a little bit more tight and buff in here. Just to soften that. Yep. Good. Okay. So triangle 1 done. This ray here 2 done. So our next one is this guy right here. Underneath the second blade of grass. And then we just have the 3 really big ones left. And those should go faster, because I don't have to like work tiny spaces. Fossix, I be lurking. Good morning. So this triangle here needs to be filled in with our pavement color. And then we get a little bit of it over here as well. For a second I thought I was on the swatch and I was like, wait, nope. Nope. This one's kind of easier, I think. Like, it's mostly sidewalk. And then we'll just do a little bit of a glaze of the shadow color back over it. Like, all the complicated part is here. This part is not. Let's get the left side out of the way because that's the part that I'm not looking forward to. Hello.
Hello.
What do you think?
Very nice.
Thank you.
I woke up and I sent you a message and was like, can you feed the cat?
No, I can't.
And like, I didn't get any response and I was like, where is she? Is she at home? And I was like, yeah, she's at home. And then I got up and I'm like, she's streaming. I am so screwed up with my times and dates this week.
It's Friday.
I have messed up times and dates on like 5 occasions for things this week, which is very bad. I don't know why my brain is broken, but this week my brain is real broken. Anyway, I'm gonna give him food
Okay.
and then I'm going to the store.
Okay.
So,
Did you see the messages in the group chat?
Yes.
Okay. You dealt with that.
Yeah, that's another way I screwed things up.
Oh.
Because, like, I have a bunch of things I have to work on today.
Mm-hmm.
And I had told Josh, I was like, yeah, we'll hang out tomorrow. And what I meant was Saturday. But in my brain, I was like, that's tomorrow. It's not. Tomorrow was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to fix that and be like, because he's like, cool, we'll hang out. And I'm like, oh, sorry, actually, no, we can't do that. So anyway, I'm very discombobulated. Everybody out here doing their best, and I'm just doing a little bit less good. But if you need anything from the store.
I think I put all the stuff I needed on the list.
Okay. Assuming I can find the store, because this week, who knows, I will get the things and come home. Assuming
Okay.
I can find our home. Alright, love you, bye.
Love you, bye, drive safe. Alright, swatch 3 of the background is going well. I need to finish this blade of grass. Okay, that's good. Next triangle. Oh wait, no. I didn't do shadows on the pavement. We'll do that first.
I don't feel like it's bright enough there. So that's feeling better? I should probably just leave it alone, to be fair. I can always add more later. All right, so first triangle, done. This triangle, wedge is done. And then this one is done. So next is the one that starts here and is this big piece over here. And again, we'll just start with the Titan buff and do the highlights, of which it is really bright here. And there's another bright spot here. I'm out of Titan buff. And then here. I think what I don't love about the one I just did is that I lost a little bit of that yellow oxide showing through. And I still have a tiny bit of it on my palette, so I think I might just bring a little bit of a glaze of it in. Okay, that makes it match. Getting paint all over my arm. Don't love that. Okay, now I need the shadow color for this, and there's a little bit of green to it. Yeah, that works. Actually, I kind of like this. Let's bring it in a little bit in some other areas. Am I dry brushing it? Yeah, kind of. I'm doing a little wet and wet, a little dry brushing. I feel like I need a little bit of glazing liquid here. I'm starting to think maybe I need a little bit of yellow on these highlights on the sidewalk. Maybe. Maybe not. I think it's fine. Okay, let's get the side of this.
I'm really happy with this. Sorry you all have to listen to the garage door. I'm just thinking about what's left. Because we did the good block in for everything. And then I did all of the background for this. And thinking about what's coming up. I'm gonna check with Chaz if Chaz is fine. Chaz, I'd like to finish this. Just thinking about the things that are coming up. Because then that part is done. All right, we'll do that, and then we'll wrap it up after I finish the entire background. And that just leaves the 4 blades of grass to finish this, the next session. So we will do. I know it looks like 2, but this is a sidewalk cut. It looks like a blade of grass. So it's just kind of this background left. And I think I'm going to switch to a larger brush. I need a bigger filbert. So I was using this one. We'll switch to a bigger one. These aren't filberts, but they're close. Stefan Kame says, is this oil or acrylic? This is acrylic. I've done 1 oil painting. All right. So this last bit here, we'll start doing the same thing. We will block in our Titan buff. Lunar Pearl says, low-key want a garage door emote. Okay, brightest spots here. iPad has been sitting unplugged for a week now, so it's unhappy with me.
We have a 7-month resub from SophG93. Thank you. It says, hi all. Good morning. Now that Steven's gone, I'm sure Kepler will be up here any minute to cause problems. Wow, I really didn't leave a spot here for this. Okay. Guess it becomes a shadow now. I don't like this brush. This flat is just not working like I want it to. Let's try this one. And we're gonna go back into some green. I'm really sad that this polish has lasted really long, even with a peel-off base coat, except my thumb. I've had half a mind to repaint that, but it's all coming off this weekend, so. And the iPad keeps going to sleep. I know you're like in low power mode, but don't, because you're charging. You're fine. You will not die. I don't think I liked the angle of this either, this blade of grass. So we're going to fix that. I think it needs to go more this way. Yeah, that feels more natural.
Stefan says, a question for painting and video. What time-lapse factor would you recommend? I do mine, or rather Dan does them now, differently. I liked to have kind of like a complete time, like I want it to be X amount of time long, and then I would just make that happen.
This paintbrush is so old that like the purple on it is just flaking off and getting everywhere. Yamadorgon says, are we finishing this today? I'm trying to finish the background. The blurry part. So I'm taking a few different colors in here and just trying to make a good base shadow color for this area.
Okay, now I need to lighten this part up.
Like, I'm painting each swipe, and I'm like, oh, it's coming together, but then, like, I start to get into, like, bigger pieces of it, and it starts to look more complete, and I'm like, ah, there we go. Now it's really coming together, which is always nice in a painting when something just kind of flows and you're happy with it. Clean says it's really getting that out of focus fuzzy feel. Yeah, like I need to focus my eyes in because they can't see it right or something. Which is awesome, but also it's like slightly infuriating as you're working. Okay. Now, I was trying to treat this all like one big piece, but then I just kind of stopped where that sidewalk crack was. Or the cut in the sidewalk. But this wedge is not as green as these other wedges, so I need to bring some green in. It's a little bit warmer. Out of glazing liquids, I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that. I haven't done this L shape yet. otherwise, that wedge is basically done. I read your message first, so I'm gonna read that first, and then I'm gonna try and make sure I don't say it wrong. Sorry, don't say it wrong. 300 bits that says, so this is gonna sound very out of the blue since I've been on Twitch for 3 years now, but when I started it felt weird to correct people. My name is said like Kaleidoscope. So, Collide? Is that right? Yes. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I understand how you feel about like not wanting to correct someone, but Kit Collide. Okay. I'll do my best to remember that because it's been in my head for a while, so please do correct me. Like, don't feel bad about that. I do want to make sure I pronounce people's names right. Where did that... There's that color. Something about this feels wrong still. What don't I like? That's better. Okay, now we just have that final bottom piece here. Actually, I should dirty up some of this because it just doesn't feel natural at this point. It's too bright. Radio Dread says, can you get a husband into the room so we can zoom in on the piece? He's not here. But when I'm done for the day, like when I finish this bottom part, I can do it. I just can't also be in the shot. Okay. I'm going to start by darkening up very red. Let's make that a little less red. Just get Kepi to do it. Kepi can't reach. I'm surprised he hasn't come up here yet. When Steven leaves, he cries. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I forgot there's some red stuff right here. Like the seeds of the grass right here are reddish. Forgot that. Like there's one that sits in a Y shape. Like this is the one branch of the Y and then the other goes across this. And then there's another one that comes down here. I just filled it in brown. Okay. It's looking really nice. I'm super happy with it. Cause like I'm here, so I'm seeing like every flaw and I'm seeing all the dry brush marks, but when you step back and I see it on OBS over there, I'm really, really happy with it. Good. And I still need to add the red stuff, so make myself a little note because I want to finish this before I move into that. Okay. So I'm going to mix up my shadow color and start to block that in. The water drops I haven't even touched yet, you guys. Like, this is raw canvas. Like, everything that you see that's like super bright white right now is raw canvas, or gessoed canvas. I'm just painting everything around them. Well, you drew them perfect. Thank you. Chaz says, it's like jazz. It's about the notes you don't play and the canvas you don't paint. A little bit. I remember taking my first drawing class in college, and like one of the assignments was like draw the negative space. And I drew, it was a wood chair and like a movie reel, like not the film, but like the thing that the film sits on. This song reminds me of a song on Okage, like an overworld song. I had to check. Now this one, as it starts to get in focus, is a little less blurry than the last ones. Oh, I hear Kepi crying now. It is unhappy cat hours. I just mixed up some Titan Buff into my shadow color, and it does not look good. I muted for a second and called him. We'll see if he comes up. Okay. Back into Titan Buff and maybe a little bit of Ochre. And I put a little green in it. Yeah. Maybe a little less green. So my plan is to go over all of the highlight areas with this. And then go back over with pure Titan Buff because it'll be the highlight, like the brightest part. He's still caterwauling. Poor baby. right now, I'm not liking how I have blob, 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 blob. But we're working on that. Kid says you can always cover up blob. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping will happen as I start to get into that area. And I keep not mixing up enough of this color. I'm like, that's too green. It's starting to soften. Okay, now to bring back in the Titan buff, I think. What is that? Dried paint? Again, this needs to be greener, but we can bring that in shortly.
It needs to be greener. So we're gonna do a light glaze of that. Because this is very green in here. So apparently, now that I'm getting towards like the end of this, it's just going to fight me. With what I want it to do, so we're just going to fight with it.
Okay. Now it's starting to do what I want. There's still something I don't love about this down here. That's better. We have an 18-month resub from Brina BX. Thank you. Good morning. Scrubby paintbrush noises. Yep, that's dry brushing. There he is. Hello, good morning to you. Baby, did your favorite person go to the store? What are you going to do? Oh no. Meow. Poor boy. Hi. We don't get any attention ever in our entire life. No. Hi, Jiggy. Good morning. Okay, I had forgotten to add in the reddish parts. Oh, is this getting warm? So there's red here, and there's red here, and there's red here, and there's red here. There's a little bit of red. And now that I'm looking at this, it's not as yellow as I want. It's pretty. It's not as yellow as I want. Happy 5 minutes to 2. I am going a little late today. We're sitting at 3 hours, but I wanted to finish this background. So I just need to add a little bit of red. Which means we get to introduce a new color to our palette, because I didn't put any red up here. Actually, I take that back. I can use burnt sienna. It's not quite red, but it is a warm color, and then we can stick with our palette. Yeah, that's a good color to stick with palette. Well, we've moved on to Crying in the Hall. So I'm just kind of darkening some of these areas in here. I don't particularly love this, and even though it's not the focal point of the piece, it doesn't feel right. still don't love this. It's not cooperating. I think I figured it out. We need to tone down the red a little bit with green because it's opposite. Just a little bit to pull it back. Oh, Kepler's gonna be happy. The crying can cease. Kepler is seriously acting like his world is over. Okay. That looks good and cohesive. I'm just gonna look over here, that part looks good. It's just the bottom left. And then we can be done for today. I think I'm gonna switch to a larger brush. Make it go a little faster. It also uses up the rest of the paint if I do this right now, which is good. We have a 6-month resub from Anidnawind. Welcome in this morning, afternoon by now. There are lots of pencil shavings. All right, lighter color. And then let's try just throwing some Titan Buff on top of this. Making sure there's no eraser shavings there before I set that down. And I want to dry brush this out just a little bit. Wonderful. All of the background is done. It's just these last 4 blades of grass. So we have the main one here. We have this tiny one here, this larger one here, and then this secondary one that goes off the top of the canvas. iPad is very warm today. Let's put you on the clip so you can not be sitting on my lap and be warm. So, real happy with the progress. This one especially looks weird, but that's okay because it's going to get painted next time I paint. All right, let's clean out all these brushes because they need to make sure they're clean. I need to make sure they're clean. All right, let's start with this and do a shout out to my Patreon supporters. If you're interested in that and the perks, you can check out the link that Ahmad will have in chat for you shortly. Thank you, Radio Dread. I'm really happy with this. It is not my normal style of painting, and I'm having a great time with it. I'm very much looking forward to finishing this and seeing it done. It has been fun. Let's get all the paint off my hands. before I ruin something. It does look a lot like the photo. It's not quite as yellow as I think I wanted it to be. I am glad I did that yellow wash at the start today because I think that helped me keep it somewhat yellow. Oh, there's so much paint on my arm. And like I could do a glaze over it. I don't know if I would like that at this point. I kind of like it as it is, but I've managed to keep it at least natural looking and not overly saturated, which is something I struggle with. I'm like, this painting I won't go over saturated, and then I do. And I haven't. I've kept it very muted, and I've liked it. So, even if it's not fully the gold we talked about at the start, that's fine. Sometimes things just evolve. Which means I do think I have to give it a different name, which is fine. Vagabond, could use more saturation. Yeah, I know how you feel about the saturation. Also, I have 2 water bottles here. Alright, things that are coming up. I'm assuming we're playing banjo tonight. I don't see why we wouldn't. I think it is the plan is to play banjo tonight. And then... yeah, banjo's not gonna work on this channel. Fossix for the... I mean, you could make one. I don't think it would be quite as useful. Monday night I will be continuing Dark Cloud 2. We are into the final plot chapter. I think we did like 5 floors of it. So we'll continue that. We'll continue building the garden on Monday. And yeah, those are the things that are coming up. Be your own Nightbot. Alright, I know there was a blog that came out at 11. Hi, Steven.
Hi.
I'm just wrapping up. What do you think?
Very nice.
Thank you. Very happy with it.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. I just have the blades to do, like this one. Everything with the water drops.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them.
Cool.
Everyone's excited you came back.
Yeah.
You made it to the store and back.
Yeah. I didn't know you were still streaming, so I sent you a text.
Oh.
That was
I
like-
wanted to finish up this background
Yeah.
because I wanted to finish that.
Yeah.
It made sense.
I sent a text. I was like, "Hey, can you come help me bring stuff in?"
Oh,
And
no.
then I didn't hear anything, and then I opened Twitch, and I was like, "Oh, she's still streaming."
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
Alright, close up. Are you able to do that for me?
You don't have the right lens on that.
Oh, I don't? Okay. Can't do it. I can make it even blurrier for you guys by doing this.
Like I can manually adjust
No,
the
let me hold.
focus.
Don't touch.
You want me to manually adjust the focus? You said don't touch, but like I can bring it closer to the camera than you. Anyway, there you go.
There. So you can see the parts that aren't done yet.
This is hot.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, thank you for fixing it. So yeah, the sides are also done. I'm trying to make it square. There we go. That's square-ish. So yeah, we will continue that on next time I paint. Don't focus it on my face. I hate that.
How
Focus it here. That's what I do.
You are the one that needs to be in focus.
No, I don't. Alright, make sure you tune into Banjo tonight. And there was a vlog that came out earlier. Maybe there was a second, I don't know. I don't know which day we're on, but I know he's been doing a good job keeping caught up as he recovers from being sick. And we have an 18-month resub from Gadzooks. Thank you. Right here at the end. But thanks for tuning in. It's Wednesday's vlog? Okay, so there's still Thursdays to come out. Cool. All right, everyone, I will see you tonight, and I hope you have a good rest of your Friday.